Welcome to the Federal Retirement Experts Podcast. My name is Gregory Jameson. I'm here with my father and founder of Federal Retirement Experts, Harry Jameson, here to talk with you about an important topic, early retirement, and the crucial steps that you need to take to make this happen. So we're going to be going over things from your pension, TSP, Social Security, healthcare. We want to make sure that these topics are covered and talked about so you can make the best decisions as you're making that potential transition. Debt in retirement is like carrying extra weight on a hike. You just wouldn't do it. I mean, as time goes on, interest rates, especially these days, are very high. And having an interest rate upwards in the teens, high teens, even into the 20s with credit cards, I mean, this type of debt is extraordinary. It's amazing how fast debt accumulates because of it. If you're making minimum payments, I mean, the balance continues to grow. So as you're getting closer to retirement, it's important to look at where money is going and making sure that if we have obligations that have high interest rates attached to them, we get those paid off sooner than later. Putting more contributions into your investments is tough when you have other obligations that have high interest rates. If you do have a credit card, for instance, with an interest rate in the high 20 percentile, it's going to be very difficult, almost impossible, to regularly get those types of returns on your investments. So instead, minimize contributions, allocate that portion of money to paying off debt with these high interest rates before you start to accumulate your wealth back with TSP and your other investments. So planning a debt scenario where you can see yourself being debt-free and down the road as you're approaching retirement is very important. If you have a home, of course, a lot of people do have homes these days going into retirement. Ideally, we would want the home paid off, but that's not always the case. Eliminating all of the other higher interest rate debts is very important as you're making that transition into retirement. And then go back to your contributions with your TSP and other plans. However, always do the matching contributions with TSP. Even if you're paying off debts, make sure you're getting the free money that's provided by the government by doing this matching contribution. The first 3% are dollar for dollar, fourth and fifth percent are 50% per dollar. So it's important to look at these things. And when meeting with us and one of our qualified coaches, we'll make sure to look at your benefits, make sure to look at your deductions, and see how we can allocate money to paying off these obligations sooner than later.
I couldn't agree more. It's there's a popular host on financial planning, so to speak, although he's not a financial planner in any fashion. His name's Dave Ramsey. And Dave encourages people to pay off their various debts. And as they pay one off, whatever they were paying towards that, they then added to the debt service of the next debt. And they keep doing that until it's eliminated. And then even once it's eliminated, put that money towards TSP. Do what you can. I highly recommend everybody, whenever possible, to max out their TSP payments.
It's true. You have higher contribution limits, especially if you're into your 50s with the catch-up as well. So it's a huge benefit for federal employees if you can make the extra contributions to do it. Retirement is all about finances. It's about purpose. It's about doing what you want to do going forward. It's about the next chapter. And it comes down to lifestyle a lot of times. We have a level of income that we feel good about, and we become accustomed to this level of income. And as time goes on, we probably want that level of income to continue at least to some extent. As you're going into retirement, we want to make sure that we feel good about the level of income that we have so you can do the things that you feel best about in retirement. For a lot of people, it's traveling, it's family, it's taking care of grandkids, it's moving maybe even closer to family and relocating. It could be downsizing. It could just be focusing on the hobbies and things that you enjoy. So I always recommend when people are getting close to retirement, especially very close, to take a trip right away. As you're going into retirement, taking a trip sets the tone. So if you were to take a trip right away, going into retirement, it's going to help you avoid some of the common questions people have as they transition. You know, should I have worked longer? Should I have saved more? Did I do the right things? Are all my bases covered? And of course, we want to plan. We want to be aware of what's happening, and working with someone on our staff, we can help you better understand where you are, where you're trying to go, where you want to be, and we can help you get there. And by providing our clients with that level of peace of mind, it opens them up to focus on things that they care about, things they want to do, places they want to go, and family that they want to be with. So maintaining a level of lifestyle that you feel good about going into retirement is important, and we'll help our clients get there.
Absolutely so. And I'm going to tell you a real story. This is quite a while ago, but I was playing golf in San Clemente, California, where I lived actually for many years. And they have a wonderful municipal golf course there. Greg and I, even from the time he was a young boy, we played golf there and had many, many great experiences. The reason why I'm telling you this is because retirement primarily is about one thing. It's called cash flow. You have to have more money coming in than what's going out to be able to afford to retire. But in addition to the money, and that's what we try to do, is help our clients maximize their retirement income. It's about lifestyle. It's about what makes you happy. And so the story I'm about to tell you is a true story. I was playing golf. I went out as a single. And when you go out as a single playing golf, the pro will match you up then with 3 other people that you probably don't know. It's called a foursome, to create a foursome to go out. And the purpose is so people can maximize the use of the golf course and doing it in the maximum amount of time to move everybody along. So I got to play golf with 3 other fellows who were all retired. And they were very nice. We had a good time. And at one stage, I turned to one of them and I said, "How do you like retirement?" And he says to me, "I love it. I play golf 2-3 times a week. My wife and I go on trips. We get to see the grandkids and do things. I love it." That's great. And later on in the round, there was another gentleman. I asked him the same question, and his reaction was completely the opposite. "How do you like retirement?" "I hate it." "You hate it? Why do you hate it?" "Well, I don't know what to do with myself. Was used to going to a job every day, putting in the time, and now that's gone. So I don't quite know what to do with myself. Yeah, I play golf a little bit here, but I really don't." And then the comment he really made that I had to laugh. He said, "And I'm spending too much time with my wife." So, retirement is a change of lifestyle for people. They're having to do and adjusting their lives in a unique way. And you need to prepare and think about these things for yourself and in the future. You want to enjoy your retirement. A very important part of retirement is the paperwork required and what's involved. Getting your paperwork in order is like getting your passport ready before an international trip. You have to plan on filling out your separation paperwork with the government in advance. This is not something that you do at the very last moment and expect to be allowed to retire from the government. You should probably have your paperwork into the government 2 or 3 months in advance of your planned retirement date. So these are important things to take in consideration. You don't want to miss deadlines, for an example. And another very critical, important aspect of this paperwork with the government, you have to make a number of crucial decisions. The spousal benefit is an election that you can take to leave your spouse up to 1/2 of your pension in the event that you happen to pass along in retirement. But you need to understand how it actually works and why is it to your advantage or why it isn't to your advantage, and the costs associated with it, the cost that you have to pay to allow your spouse to have that benefit versus what she's actually going to be getting. Now, don't forget, if you elect the spousal benefit, it's up to 1/2 of whatever you were receiving in retirement from the government. If you pass on, that's now cut in half, but it's still taxable income to your spouse. So now she's getting half the money that you were getting when there were the two of you. I don't think the bills and so forth necessarily got reduced by 50% because you happen to pass on. So these are important considerations. There's another important consideration regarding the spousal benefit. Would you like your wife to be able to continue to maintain her health insurance with the government? Well, if you do not provide a spousal benefit and you pass on and your wife goes to the hospital sometime later and needs medical treatment and presents her health insurance card, she'll be very surprised when she finds out that she does not have health insurance any longer. These are important considerations that you need to understand and decide on what's in your best interest. Here's the other thing. A lot of these selections, decisions that you need to make, let's say you pick the wrong answer and 30 days goes by and you're in retirement. Often is the case that those choices are now irrevocable. Let's say you didn't want to choose the spousal benefit, but you did. And now you're giving up 10% of your monthly pension check to fund the spousal benefit. Over the course of 20, 30 years that you may very well live, how many tens of thousands of dollars is that? These are very important considerations. And another thing I want to bring to your attention is the fact that you need to talk to a qualified federal retirement expert in these areas, because the general financial advisor does not have the background and knowledge of how your benefits work.
Federal employee benefits are complicated.
Very complicated.
There's a lot
It's all situational. Another interesting thing is, well, how did you become a federal benefits expert? Well, it wasn't by happen chance. Here's the truth. Over the last 20 years, I happen to be president of the company. We have met with thousands of federal employees. We have trained them in seminars on their benefits and how they work. And with meeting with all these different federal employees and their unique individual situations, we have seen just about every circumstance. And that's how we're able to help you. It's because we've been there. We know. We've got the experience. We also have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. And in our case, we're very proud to tell you that we have 0 client complaints in our entire history. We're very proud of that. So once again, to make your decisions on how to proceed in retirement, you need qualified advice from somebody who can truly help you. Federal Retirement Experts is that kind of firm.
And 2025 is a different kind of year. We have a lot going on and there are things to consider. If you're retiring this year, we want to be aware September 30th, when the other tens of thousands, if not more people retire at that date, your paperwork might take a little bit longer to process. If you're retiring at the end of the year on the 31st of December, like a lot of federal employees do, it may take a little bit longer as well. There are certain dates throughout the year that if you were to retire on would maximize things for you. So it's working with someone that can help you understand the best dates to retire and get this paperwork in so it's processed in the most efficient way.
I'm glad you brought that up, Greg. It's OPM, Office of Personnel Management, has always been backlogged. It's usually 2-3 months or longer backlogged. That brings up the subject of, are you going to get your retirement check promptly? And the answer is probably, high probability, no, you're not. So you need to prepare for that. The knowledge that 30 days after you retire, not magically, the check is going to show up in your account or your mailbox. And now with the activity that's going on with the fork in the road, we ourselves are seeing a deluge of people contacting us. They're also contacting OPM, looking for help and so forth. And you've got to realize this is going to cause delays. So keep that in mind. These are important. This is important information you need to know.
Okay. So to recap, retirement is all about preparation. Preparation is key to a smooth ride, and we need to make sure we understand how our pension, Social Security, TSP, and other investments work into your overall goal to help you achieve the lifestyle and retirement that you want to have.
Couldn't agree more, Greg, because retirement's a journey. And sadly, many people take more time to plan their vacation than plan their retirement. It's surprising, but it's common, more common than you'd like to think. So, waiting till the last minute is like cramming for an exam. It's going to be stressful, and it may not be ideal when it's done. So you need to take this serious. This is your money. Use it to your best advantage. Let a federal retirement expert help you make the right decisions to maximize your retirement. Start early. The sooner you plan, the more options you'll have. These are important things to remember. Check out government resources for more details. You can go to opm.gov. You can talk to your HR department.
You can also go to federalretirementexperts.com.
Well, funny you should mention that. I was just going to mention that a great resource is to schedule an appointment to meet with a federal retirement expert who can guide you and help you along the process. We'll provide you with a federal retirement benefits analysis. We'll give you a clear picture of what retirement's going to look like. Oh, and by the way, there's no cost for that. We never charge federal employees any fees at all. So you might say, well, gee, and I've had clients ask me, how do you keep the lights on, Harry? Well, we have a company policy. the policy is we try to help everyone. Truth is, can we help everyone? No. But guess what? Even if we can't help you, you see the quality of work that we do. Even if we can't work with you today, you hopefully will be interested in referring us to people who are closer to retirement maybe, and we could help them. So referrals are an important aspect of how we grow our business. And so we're looking to help all federal employees.
And even if we can't help them with their retirement planning, it doesn't mean that we can't get them a retirement analysis report to help illustrate what retirement will look like for them. They may not have additional assets for planning and so forth, but not everyone's in that position. Most have saved well for retirement, and those types of people we can help with their options in retirement.
Thank you very much for letting us offer our information to you and our services that might help you make wiser decisions in retirement. Thank you.